What's up, everyone? I'm Andy, and you're watching The Reboot Experiment. In a previous video I released not too long ago, I talked about what you should know when purchasing land. I talked quite a bit about the land that I purchased, and at no time did I show you the boundaries of my land. So, since a viewer asked about it, let's take a look. The land I purchased was one of 3 lots. All 3 lots were 2 acres, and all 3 were available, so I had to choose the one that I liked best. Here are the 3 parcels of land. On the far right over here, there's an old decommissioned rail track. The path has been converted into a public pathway for quads and snowmobiles. Now, in all my time at the property, I did not hear a single motorized device going down that path. Mostly I just saw people walking their dogs. But, just to be on the safe side, I wanted to be as far as possible from that path. The middle land has a well already installed, so that would have sped up the development process a bit. But the left property is the one with the nicest view. The house has a northern exposure. Now, I talked about that in another video in great detail so you can understand why I placed the house that way. Feel free to check out that video if you're curious. But what that means is the back of the house facing south should have the nicest view. As it turns out, angling the house to face south opens up the view to have the deepest sight lines. From the drone footage, if I draw my property lines, it looks something like this. You'll see that a large area of trees were cleared. Now, this was for sun coverage on the house, especially because I'm going solar. That means once the property next to us has a house, there will only be 10 to 15 feet of trees between us. That is enough in the summer, but in the winter, that means I'll likely see the house next to me. The last thing I'll show you are the rough site drawings that I had to use for permitting. I had to note the location of the house, the angle it was going to go on, the size of the development, including any permanent structures like decks, porches, the garage. Then the township approves this plan before development begins. So that's my property. I hope that gives you a little more insight into the land that I own and how I placed the house, how I cleared the trees for that land, and how I maximized my view in doing so. See you next time.